from a glowing creature in Florida that kept shining for 3 days and was reportedly purchased for $1 million, to a 6-meter-long giant lifted from the North Pacific with skin marked by deep circular patterns, and even mysterious white masses drifting near an island that transformed the lives of local fishermen. These moments were captured by people who simply set out to fish. Now, let's explore 25 of the strangest creatures ever pulled from the deep. An ordinary day of fishing near Clearwater Beach in Florida changed when the water lit up with a strange light. People along the shore quickly gathered as a huge shape floated toward land, glowing even after it was no longer in the waves. Someone recorded the scene with their phone, and within hours, the video spread across social platforms, reaching millions of viewers. At first, it appeared to be an enormous jellyfish, yet its thick tentacles still shifted slightly even though it was already out of the water. Specialists at the Florida Marine Research Institute stated that no identified jellyfish are capable of shining outside the ocean. Stories claim that a private research group quietly bought the body for at least $1 million. They were said to have offered such a high price because the creature's glow continued for 3 full days. Under microscopic study, its cells released thin rays of light, unlike anything previously documented in any known species on the planet. Where are you from? What do you think about this creature? Let's discuss in the comments section. A clip filmed in the North Pacific shows a huge animal over 6 meters long, hauled from a fishing net and left hanging in the open air. Its body is long and heavy, with a large head. The skin appears thick and rough, marked by deep round dents that resemble scars from parasites or old suction wounds. The dark grayish-brown surface appears to have been eaten away, as if time and harsh chemicals from the seabed have damaged it. On one side, a large fin sticks out, resembling a twisted front limb. Some researchers suggest it might be a Greenland shark, a giant species that lives in cold seas and is sometimes seen as a sea monster when its body bloats after death. Rumors say the specimen was so unusual that a Japanese marine institute secretly paid over $500,000 for the carcass. After that, it was never seen again. Next comes the creature with a face that looks almost like a human face. At the town of Dalton, Georgia, in the thick wastewater beside a textile factory, a worker noticed a fish with pink lips and teeth shaped like a person's, twisting in the murky flow. When he moved in for a closer look, it lifted its head and appeared to study him. The video was shared on TikTok and spread rapidly. Scientists described it as an extremely unusual mutation, while many locals believed chemicals from the factory had changed the fish, as if the natural world had started to mirror the human face. No one tried to capture it, and it never appeared again. Giant white clumps drifting near North Taboo Island ended up turning a group of struggling fishermen into millionaires. At first, everyone assumed the pieces were nothing more than debris, but they turned out to be ambergris, a rare material produced by whales and used in some of the most costly perfumes on the market. Often known as floating gold, a single piece of ambergris can sell for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yet ambergris is said to appear only when whales are hurt or dead. Some believe the sea may not be offering riches, but instead sending a message carried from the remains of the giants that once swam beneath it. But the ocean is not only home to rare materials. Some creatures use the deep to develop abilities that almost seem designed for another world. Have you ever heard of something called adaptive camouflage? During an ordinary fishing trip, people pulled up a red-bellied comb jelly. This strange animal has a dark red stomach that works like a natural disguise in the deep ocean. Red light does not travel far underwater, so at great depths, the color red almost disappears to the eye. This is why many deep-sea predators and prey use red pigments to hide their bioluminescence from the creatures they have eaten. The blood-bellied comb jelly uses its red pigment to cover any shining prey inside its body, helping it stay hidden in the deep-sea darkness. Its rows of cilia create a soft rainbow-like shimmer as it swims, and it usually grows to less than 15 centimeters long. This species lives in the deep Pacific Ocean, especially off the coast of California, with fewer confirmed records in other Pacific regions. The Mariana snailfish is a pale, tadpole-like fish found in the Hadal depths of the Mariana Trench, at depths of about 6,100 to 8,200 meters. It is currently the deepest living described fish species collected from the seafloor, and appears to be among the top predators in its habitat. Its diet, based on examined stomach contents and bait trap observations, consists predominantly of small crustaceans or arthropods attracted to bait, suggesting it opportunistically feeds on whatever prey is available in its low-food environment. To survive the extreme pressure and darkness of the Hadal zone, this species lacks a swim bladder, has reduced bone mineralization, gelatinous body tissues, and a suite of molecular adaptations, e.g., high levels of TMAO, flexible cell membranes, pressure-adapted proteins to cope with crushing pressure, and limited food. Enjoyed the video? Don't just stop at the like button, hit that hype when you watch on your phone too. It only takes a few seconds, but it helps this video reach way more people. And now uncover the hollow zombie fish. This video shocked countless viewers. Near the coast of Bahia in Brazil, a fisherman pulled up a fish that was empty inside. No heart, no organs, no blood, yet it kept moving. Its body looked see-through like a hollow shell, its eyes staring, its mouth opening and closing as if trying to breathe. Specialists explained that it might be caused by a parasite that controls the host's nerves, turning the body into something that moves without life. One morning at Pontevedra Beach, local fishermen came across a still creature lying on the sand. It had a fish-shaped head and a body covered in many soft tentacles that seemed to twist gently. At first they thought it was just a damaged fish hit by a boat propeller, so they recorded a quick video and left it there. But once the video appeared on TikTok, people online began examining every second of it. There were no signs of injury, no blood, and the tentacles moved slowly as if reacting to the sunlight. Viewers started calling it the tentacle fish, a strange animal that looked like two different species joined together. Some specialists said it might be the result of a genetic mutation linked to Florida's polluted waters filled with industrial waste. Others suggested it could be a completely new path of evolution, a form that connects fish and mollusks. A tourist staying at the St. Regis Bal Harbour Hotel shot a video from their balcony showing a figure that looked part human and part fish moving through the water near the shore, its long hair drifting behind it, and a bright silver tail catching the Miami beach sunlight. The Florida Department of Marine Conservation began an inquiry right away, but reported finding no signs or proof of such a creature. Some people have linked it to a 2018 event in Indonesia where fishermen recorded a similar being slipping back into the coral reefs. Do you think a creature that looks part human and part fish could actually exist in waters near major beaches? Yes or no? Let me know if you think yes, like me. A fisherman came across a creature in his fishing net. The harp sponge. The harp sponge is an unusual carnivorous sponge found at depths of about 3,300 meters off the coast of California. It anchors itself to the soft sea floor with root-like holdfasts and grows tall, branching structures shaped like a harp or candelabra. These branches are coated with tiny hooked spicules that capture drifting crustaceans such as copepods and amphipods. After prey becomes trapped, the sponge encloses it in a thin membrane and digests it over several days. The rounded reproductive structures at branch tips release packets of sperm that drift in the current until they reach another harp sponge. Meet this worm. The Pompeii worm, Alvinella pompejana, is one of the most heat-tolerant animals known, living in tubes attached to hydrothermal vent chimneys in the Pacific Ocean. The water right at the vent surface can reach about 105 tamil, but the worm survives by positioning its tail near the hot vent fluid while keeping its head in much cooler seawater. Its back is coated with a thick layer of symbiotic bacteria that helps insulate the worm, protect it from toxic chemicals, and even provide nutrients through chemosynthesis. Without this bacterial covering, the worm itself can only tolerate temperatures up to about 55 tamil. Growing to around 6 inches long, it waves its bright red gills into the cooler water to absorb oxygen while enduring one of the harshest environments on the planet. A man was recording what he thought would be a normal morning in Havana, Cuba, when he noticed two dark-shelled creatures, each about the size of a human hand, moving slowly across his kitchen floor. When he flipped one over, its underside relaxed, showing dozens of thin, trembling legs that shifted like strands of living thread. At first, people thought they might be crabs or some kind of sea beetle, but neither matched the unusual features he captured. Some say they could be ancient ocean animals pushed inland, while others think they may have developed in the sewers, where chemicals and waste could have shaped life in unexpected ways. A giant squid was caught in a fisherman's net. The bigfin squid has a small body and incredibly long arms and tentacles that can exceed 6 meters in length, with distinctive right-angle bends partway down. These squids move slowly and often appear to hover in the deep ocean. Only a limited number of verified sightings exist, all captured by deep-sea remotely operated vehicles. Their feeding behavior has never been directly observed, but scientists believe the squid may use its trailing appendages to catch prey. Their eerie stillness and unusual shape make them one of the most mysterious creatures ever filmed in the deep sea. At Lake Okeechobee, the biggest lake in Florida, a woman captured a moment that left researchers stunned. As she walked beside the water, she spotted a shadowy form several feet long moving quietly under the surface. She first assumed it was a drifting log until it lifted upward with its mouth open as if ready to strike. No snake or alligator known to live in Okeechobee matched what she filmed. Some specialists wondered if it might be a sea serpent, the mysterious creature local fishermen have talked about for generations. At Pensacola Beach, 2 young fishermen pulled in one of the most unusual creatures ever caught. It was a catfish with 2 crab claws growing out of its chest. When they held it up, the claws moved wildly, acting just like real crab limbs. They quickly recorded a video and let it go, unsure if keeping it would break any rules. There has never been a scientific report of an animal that mixes features from a vertebrate and a crustacean. Some people think it might have been a genetic mutation caused by polluted waters blending genetic material between species. Others believe it could have been a hidden hybrid project that somehow ended up in the ocean. Do you think a catfish with moving crab claws could be a real genetic mutation? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe and follow the channel to discover more interesting things. The Mermaid of the Philippines. In a small fishing village in the Philippines, a group of fishermen thought they had pulled in a holy creature. Inside their catch was a being that looked part human and part fish, with pale skin and large, unmoving eyes. It struggled fiercely, its tail hitting the water with a sound that seemed almost like a cry. The person who filmed it said they were told to erase every file, but one clip still ended up online. People across the internet claimed it was the first real mermaid ever recorded. Authorities denied the story, though many pointed out that the creature looked similar to figures from old Polynesian legends. Sea spiders, or pyknogonids, are not true spiders, though they certainly resemble them when seen crawling across the seafloor. They have existed for more than 400 million years, long before the first dinosaurs appeared. Some of the Antarctic species can reach over a foot in leg span while keeping a tiny body, so small that parts of their digestive and reproductive organs stretch down into their legs. They move slowly over the ocean bottom and feed by using a tube-like proboscis to suck fluids from soft animals such as anemones and worms. Sea spiders live in every ocean on Earth, but they grow especially large in Antarctic and subantarctic waters because of a phenomenon known as polar gigantism. Deep Steria jellyfish have thin, sheet-like bodies that float and fold in the deep sea, rather than pulsing like most jellies. Their wide, flexible bells can collapse inward, sometimes trapping small animals inside. They are rarely observed, with nearly all sightings coming from deep-sea remotely operated vehicles and research subs. Because their bodies constantly shift shape, each recording looks different. Some individuals have been seen with isopods or other small crustaceans moving inside their bells, though scientists are still unsure whether these passengers are feeding on leftover prey or on the jellyfish itself. The black swallower is a relatively small deep-sea fish, typically around 25 centimeters long, yet it has a remarkable ability to swallow prey far larger than itself. Its jaw and hugely distensible stomach allow it to consume fish over twice its own length and up to 10 times its mass. For example, one 19-centimeter specimen was found with an 86-centimeter snake mackerel inside it. In some cases, the swallowed prey decomposes inside, producing gas that makes the black swallower float to the surface, which is how many specimens are discovered. Much of what we know about this species comes from these bloated, floating remains rather than live observation. A lone fisherman on the Amazon River pulled up an enormous creature, an arapaima almost as long as his wooden boat. When he pierced the fish's stomach with a wooden stick, a burst of glowing blue liquid spilled out, exposing the full body of a rabbit that had been swallowed whole. No one could explain why a mostly plant-eating fish would take down a land animal, nor could anyone identify the strange shining fluid pouring from its body. Researchers noted that the arapaima is one of the oldest species in South America, with some claiming it can live for centuries. If the footage is real, it might show a case of reverse evolution, a species changing in unexpected ways to survive in polluted waters. The crab species Kiwa tyleri lives on hydrothermal vent chimneys in the Southern Ocean, particularly on the East Scotia Ridge. It is nicknamed the Hoff crab because the ventral surface of its body is covered with dense hair-like setae that resemble the hairy chest of actor David Hasselhoff. These bristles host sulfur-oxidizing bacteria, which the crab cultivates for food by positioning itself in vent flows rich in chemicals that fuel the bacteria. Large aggregations of these crabs have been seen, sometimes hundreds in close proximity. The expedition that located them was in 2010, and the species was formally described in 2015. On the shores of Puerto Peñasco, Mexico, a DNA researcher came across a scene that looked like it belonged in ancient stories. A creature caught in driftwood, shaped like a mix between a human and a fish. Its head showed a human-like skull, with ribs, arms, and a smooth silver tail covered in scales. He gathered actual tissue samples for DNA analysis, but the findings were never made public. Online debates exploded. Many argued it was nothing like the old Fiji mermaid trick, but a genuine discovery. A sign that mermaids might not be inventions, but beings that could have lived along our coasts. A fisherman in Singapore, Ong Han Boon, landed a bizarre sea creature near Sentosa Island in 2014. The animal had many twisting arms and looked alien to him. He uploaded a video of his catch and it went viral. Experts later identified it as a basket star, a deep-sea echinoderm. Sea angels are small, transparent swimmers with delicate wing-like fins, but despite their graceful appearance, they are active predators. They hunt sea butterflies, tiny pelagic snails, using sharp hook-like mouthparts to grasp them and remove the soft body from their thin shells. Sea angels are hermaphrodites, and when they mate, two individuals attach to each other and swim side by side while exchanging genetic material. They may look angelic, but their behavior is closer to a drifting ballet performer with a taste for snail prey. A short, blurry clip showing something resting on a cold, rocky shoreline. The creature's skin gave off a faint blue glow, its body long and slick, its limbs seeming to fade into the stone beneath it. As the camera moved closer, its head appeared, uneven, misshapen and disturbingly human in shape, like a stretched face. The internet went wild. Some argued it was an alien that had washed up. Others insisted it was a completely unknown species from the deepest parts of the ocean. There has never been any scientific verification, yet the video pulled in tens of millions of views within days. Real or misunderstood, every clip in this video points to the same simple truth. We still know very little about what really moves beneath the surface of our planet's water. So the next time you look at a calm river, a quiet lake, or an open stretch of ocean, remember the 25 strangest creatures ever pulled from the deep that you have just seen. Somewhere below that surface, in the dark water beyond our sight, new stories are already unfolding. If you would like to keep exploring them with us, you can follow this channel, share your thoughts in the comments, and join us for the next journey into the unknown world beneath the waves. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. A group of fishermen traveling to Bimini in the Bahamas encountered a peculiar moment when the fish they caught were found to be in an unusual condition. At first, everything seemed fine when they pulled in a northern red snapper. But once they lifted it for the camera, it appeared as if the fish was vomiting. Then everyone noticed something even stranger sitting in its mouth. The fish, which normally lives deep underwater, experienced a problem called barotrauma after being brought up too quickly. This happens when the fish's air bladder cannot release gas fast enough as pressure changes, causing the stomach to push out through the mouth. So that unusual object seen there was not food at all. It was actually the fish's own stomach. Would seeing a fish pull up its own stomach make you stop fishing immediately? Have you ever caught a creature so strange that you had to ask yourself questions? Let's discuss in the comments section. Next, let's see a creatures that seem to turn nature itself inside out. In December 2020, a fisherman spending a normal workday in Krabi, Thailand, was stunned when he pulled in a fish that looked very unusual. He first assumed the shape was only a pile of dirty leaves. That thought quickly changed when he noticed its dark, round eyes and a face that strangely resembled an angry human expression. He kept the oddly shaped fish away from the rest, set it in a different basket, and brought it back to his home. Later, he proudly showed the strange catch to his friends. The local villagers felt uneasy when they saw the frightening fish, and some even likened it to the horror movie character Freddy Krueger. Now, see a catch that looks like it's staring back at you with pure anger. Three-eyed fish. In 2016, a group of friends were fishing in the Gowanus Canal in Brooklyn, New York City, when they caught a fish that completely surprised them because it appeared to have 3 eyes. People on the internet were amazed by the strange discovery, and some even claimed that this mutant fish had already been predicted by the popular show The Simpsons. Others believed the fish might not be real at all. Still, a similar 3-eyed fish had been caught earlier in 2011 in Argentina, near a nuclear power plant. Because of that, some thought the fish from Gowanus could also be the result of a mutation. Many people believe the water may have been polluted by nuclear waste, leading to the unusual change. But eerie expressions are nothing compared to what happens when nature appears to add an extra eye. This frightening-looking fish was discovered by a fisherman in Japan, where locals often refer to it as the Japanese alien fish or the devil's pet fish. Many people said it resembled a baby Demogorgon from a science fiction show. Its sharp, scary teeth are enough to make most people stay far away, but that is not the case in Japan, where it is considered a popular food dish. So would you be brave enough to try this terrifying fish? Share your thoughts in the comments. A fish that has evolved to show features similar to humans may sound unbelievable, but such a creature really does exist, showing traits that resemble a human nose, lips, and even feet. Fishermen on a tropical Caribbean island were stunned when they pulled this strange animal out of the water on their line. There was, however, a reasonable explanation behind the unusual discovery. After a video of the creature spread widely online, viewers quickly recognized it as a red-lipped batfish. These rare-looking fish normally live in waters near the Galapagos Islands. The locals had simply mistaken it for something from another world. But not all strange appearances come from the deep sea. Some develop right before our eyes. A group of anglers fishing in the river was searching for a parrot cichlid when they unexpectedly caught something remarkable. The small orange fish had a large bump on its head, making it look as though its brain was sticking out. For those who are curious, this is actually how a normal cichlid is meant to appear. Excited by their unusual find, the group decided to keep the fish with them. Another oddly shaped cichlid was later discovered in one man's pool, with its eyes sticking far out from its head. The man was confused and could not figure out what had caused this condition. Even though the cichlid was swimming and acting normally, its look suggested something terrible had happened. It seemed the fish may have been attacked, possibly by a red-tailed catfish, which could have attacked its head and caused the eyes to bulge outward. Local fishermen encountered a strange surprise while going about their usual work along the coast of Indonesia. On February 21, 2021, the crew set out from Rhodia to fish for sharks, and when they pulled in their net, they noticed something unusual mixed in with their normal catch. It was a baby shark with eyes that looked almost human, positioned just beneath its snout. It felt as though the well-known baby shark cartoon had suddenly become real. Although the reason behind its disturbing look was never confirmed, it was most likely caused by a genetic mutation. Did you like this video? Don't just stop at the like button. If you're watching on your phone, hit that hype too. It helps the channel out, and I'm excited to continue bringing you more awesome content. A fisherman in Houston was caught off guard when he reeled in his line and discovered that it was not just a fish on the hook. Wrapped tightly around the fish was a snake. Its teeth sunk into the fish's body as it refused to release its grip. After witnessing this shocking scene, he quickly gave up plans for a fish dinner and chose to help instead. He gently pulled the two animals apart and let them safely return to the creek. The Amazon River is home to many frightening animals, but this one looked like something from a bad dream. A fisherman believed he had caught an ordinary fish until he noticed its teeth. Large curved fangs, some close to 6 inches long, extended from its mouth like a creature from a horror film. The fish turned out to be a payara. Just look at the teeth and the massive fang on this fish. It is hard to believe. Also called the vampire fish, those enormous fangs were not only for appearance, as they fit neatly into small spaces in the upper jaw. And living in the dark waters of the Amazon, this fish did not drift around slowly. It was built to hunt quickly and strike with high accuracy. A man was spending a quiet moment by a river when he noticed something hard to believe. He recorded a strange creature coming out of the water. It appeared to be long and shaped like a snake mixed with a dolphin. But what made it even more unusual was that it began eating grass. This strange action led many people to question whether it could be a combination of different animals. Some even worried that it might be the result of scientists altering animal DNA. The sight left many wondering what could happen when science goes too far and creates beings that do not seem meant for nature. While walking along the beach, a visitor noticed what looked like a giant rock on the sand. As the person moved closer, it became clear that it was actually a crab, and not an ordinary one, but a massive crab found on Rusky Island. The enormous animal closely resembled a Kamchatka crab. These crabs are famous for their extreme size, with some reaching up to 1.8 meters across. That means the distance from one claw to the other can be wider than most people are tall. Off the coast of California, a team of researchers uncovered something unusual deep beneath the ocean surface. After spending 20 hours exploring at a depth of 3,200 meters, their cameras finally revealed it, a massive whale skeleton about 5 meters long, resting upside down on the seafloor. Then they noticed something more than 12 octopuses were clinging to the whale's remains. These octopuses were not feeding on the whale itself. Instead, they were hunting smaller sea creatures nearby. Other marine life was present as well, including fish, osedax worms, and eelpouts, which were consuming the final traces of whale fat. Even after death, this whale continued to support many forms of deep-sea life. A fisherman noticed a fish swimming in a pond. As it moved closer, he was shocked to see that it had no head. At first, he believed it was just a dead body drifting through the water after some kind of accident. But then he realized the fish was actually alive and moving on its own. It even stopped when the fisherman touched it, almost as if it could feel his presence. Experts say that the fish's neural system and reflex actions can still function even without the head. The spinal cord can store enough oxygen to allow movement for a short time. The fish is not truly alive, but rather showing reflex movements that slowly fade away. Even so, watching this happen is enough to leave anyone completely amazed. Not long ago, fishermen came across one of the massive pirarucu that had stayed hidden deep in the river for years, in the Amazon River. What shocked them even more was the way it fiercely fought against their nets, showing that these huge river fish do not surrender easily. For those who may not know, the pirarucu is among the largest fish in the world, and seeing one rise to the surface is an unforgettable sight. A fisherman in Krabi came across a strange creature that had washed ashore from the ocean. The creature was about the length of a car and covered in fish-like scales, but that was only the beginning of the mystery. It had an oversized head with wide bulging eyes, a mouth lined with sharp teeth, and arms shaped like claws. Scientists later arrived to examine the creature, and they are still working to identify what it is. Some believe it may be a deep-sea animal that wandered into shallow waters, while others even question whether it could be a mutated mermaid. Even though our videos usually focus on fish, this shocking sight was too incredible to leave out. These 3 frogs were actually born permanently connected, found in the wild near the outskirts of Winchester. These frogs confused everyone from everyday viewers to wildlife specialists when they were first discovered in 2004. What made the case even more unusual was that they did not just share an unusual number of heads, but also had 6 legs, making them look like 3 complete frogs merged into one body. Experts believe this mutation likely happened because the frogs did not fully separate during early development. A group of fishermen were casting their lines in a river in Gaston County, North Carolina, when they were surprised by a strange sight. A bright blue fish was swimming through the water, glowing with an almost fluorescent color. Its vivid appearance was so unusual that no one could identify what kind of fish it was. People began guessing about its origin, wondering if it was a mutation or even an entirely unknown species, since it was about 4 feet long and weighed close to 30 pounds, similar in size to a carp. However, its bold blue color did not match what a carp normally looks like. Some suggested it could be a rainbow trout with a rare genetic trait, though fish like that are extremely uncommon. This fish looks like something imagined to come from the darkest depths of the ocean. A Russian fisherman named Roman Fedortsov came across this strange creature while working in the Norwegian Sea. He had already seen many unusual sea animals before, but when he shared this particular fish online, it quickly grabbed a lot of attention. Some viewers simply thought the fish looked strange, while others joked that it resembled someone after a badly done cosmetic surgery. Sadly, the exact species of this fish was never identified. But what do you think when you look at this fish? Let's discuss in the comments section. A fisherman threw his net into the water, expecting to catch ordinary fish, but when he pulled it back up, something unusual grabbed his attention. Among all the fish in the net, one stood out with its oversized mouth and a body that looked like a mix between an eel and a fish. People online quickly shared their ideas. Some believed it was an alien-like fish, while others thought it could be a rare mutation or a strange hybrid. In the end, no one could clearly identify what the pale and otherworldly creature really was.
In the midnight zone, about 3,200 feet below the surface, where sunlight does not reach, researchers discovered a large jellyfish unlike most known species. This giant phantom jellyfish measures up to 33 feet across and has 4 long, ribbon-like appendages. Its body emits a crimson bioluminescent light. Since its first sighting in 1899, this jellyfish has been observed only a few times. Some marine biologists have noted complex light patterns in its behavior, which may suggest forms of communication with other deep-sea creatures. Genetic analysis of tissue samples has revealed sequences that do not match any known species, leading some scientists to consider that it might be an ancient species from an earlier period in Earth's history. Much research on this jellyfish is not broadly published, with some explanations citing research sensitivity. There are ongoing discussions within the scientific community about the significance of these findings. And speaking of government cover-ups, our next discovery involves a structure that's been deliberately hidden from the public for over a decade. When water levels dropped at a reservoir in Europe, a well-preserved church bell tower was revealed, rising from the depths of the water. This submerged structure, dating back over 800 years, has become a focus of interest for researchers. During exploration, artifacts and documents were found inside the church that present challenges to some established historical records. These include ancient texts written in uncommon languages for the region, astronomical calculations that appear advanced for their time, and detailed maps of ocean floors. Access to the site is controlled, with restrictions for general diving and research activity. Some researchers involved have agreed to confidentiality agreements. Reports indicate that the findings suggest the existence of a civilization with noteworthy knowledge in astronomy and oceanography. The maps include underwater features with detailed accuracy, and some inscriptions on the church walls contain messages interpreted as warnings about natural events related to the ocean. Further investigations connect this site to recent discoveries in the Pacific Ocean trenches. Next, we will discuss a marine creature spotted off the coast of Israel that has intrigued scientists. Before continuing, I have a special 10-second request for all of you listening. If you can help me in any way, please hit the notification bell and subscribe. It helps this channel so much. And if you do that, I will do everything I can to make this show even better for you. Off the coast of Kiryat Yam in Israel, locals and visitors have reported sightings of an unusual marine creature that has scientists interested in working to understand its nature. The first documented sighting happened at sunset, when a group of people saw a figure on the sand that moved in ways unexpected for a human, propelling itself with a serpentine motion. Authorities have been monitoring the area, with some sonar detections of an unidentified biological signature. The creature appears to surface only during certain tidal conditions and often in low visibility areas. The local government offered a reward for photographic evidence, but no verifiable images have been publicly confirmed so far. Fishermen in the region note changes in marine activity in areas where sightings have occurred. Some marine biologists believe these reports may represent a previously unknown species of marine mammal, possibly exhibiting unique behaviors. Sonar readings suggest the creature may be larger than what witnesses have observed. Divers have described encounters noting eye structures and vocalizations that are unusual, though no definitive interpretations have been made. If you had a chance to explore those waters where the mermaid was spotted, would you dive in or stay ashore? Share your choice, and why in the comments. Next, we will discuss another important environmental issue, pollution off the coast of Los Angeles, that has been affecting ocean health for decades. Since the 1940s, thousands of barrels containing the pesticide DDT have been dumped off the coast of Los Angeles by the Montrose Chemical Corporation. Decades of dumping and wastewater discharge have resulted in significant DDT contamination in ocean sediments, particularly around the Palos Verdes Shelf, which remains a Superfund site. Studies have found high levels of DDT-related chemicals affecting marine life, with documented impacts on fish, sea mammals, and birds. Cleanup and monitoring efforts have been ongoing for years. Montrose knew about the toxic effects of DDT before it was banned in 1972, and waste disposal practices at the time included ocean dumping and sewer discharges. Some barrels were intentionally sunk, and recent surveys have confirmed continued leakage from some containers on the ocean floor. Research shows elevated rates of health issues in nearby coastal communities, though direct causation remains under study. The Environmental Protection Agency and other agencies continue to monitor and address the contamination. Additionally, reports indicate that other companies also contributed to chemical pollution along the California coast. Next, we will explore a parasite affected by ocean contamination, which inspired a famous movie, Monster. Off the coast of Florida, a significant algae bloom is affecting marine life and creating a dead zone with dangerous toxin levels. This environmental issue has led officials to declare a state of emergency. Scientists are actively studying the situation to understand its causes and impact. Decades of pollution from various sources, like agriculture and waste management, have contributed to rising toxin levels in Florida's waterways. This has resulted in economic losses for local businesses and increased health concerns in the community. Recent water samples show elevated toxin levels, and researchers are working carefully to assess the full extent of the damage. Ocean currents are carrying the algae bloom northward along the eastern seaboard, with reports indicating it has reached the Carolinas. Official agencies continue to monitor the situation and are working to manage its effects. While this environmental challenge is severe, ongoing research aims to provide clearer insights into its causes and long-term consequences. Further discoveries in the deep sea highlight even more complexities in our oceans. What emotions or concerns do stories like this toxic sludge in Florida stir up for you about the future of our oceans? Comment and chat with me. Deep in the open ocean lives a small transparent parasite called Phronema, known for its unique and complex reproductive behavior. Phronema targets salps, barrel-shaped gelatinous creatures, by hollowing out their insides while keeping them alive and using their bodies as nurseries for its offspring. Recent observations have noted instances of coordinated behavior among groups of Phronema, suggesting social hunting tactics that are still being studied by marine scientists. Some specimens have been found larger than previously recorded, preying on bigger hosts such as small fish and juvenile squid. Researchers continue to study Phronema to better understand its biology and ecological role in the deep sea. This fascinating creature demonstrates how diverse and complex life can be in ocean environments. Next, we will explore another deep-sea discovery related to the remnants of human history beneath the waves. 90 feet below the surface off the coast of New Jersey lie two well-preserved steam locomotives from 1815s. Their presence on the ocean floor is mysterious, as there are no clear historical records explaining how they arrived there. These locomotives are rare Planet-class 222 models produced for a limited time before becoming obsolete. Some unusual features and modifications on the engines have raised questions among researchers. Artifacts found in the cargo cars include metal alloys that appear advanced for that era, and human remains were discovered in the engineer compartments. Researchers believe the trains may have been transported under special circumstances, though details about their sinking remain unclear. Analysis of the site has found evidence suggesting the locomotives did not sink due to a typical accident, with traces of explosive residue present on the frames. This discovery highlights ongoing interest in maritime archaeology and historical mysteries from the 19th century. Next, we will explore a deep-sea discovery involving a creature so unusual that witnesses initially thought it was a hoax. A strange, flesh-colored creature was found washed up on a beach, displaying unusual movements that caught the attention of witnesses. The creature had human-like proportions but appeared flat, with flexible motions unlike typical marine animals. Tissue analysis conducted by researchers showed the presence of DNA sequences from both humans and deep-sea organisms. This mixture of genetic material is under further scientific study to understand its origin in nature. Examinations also noted unusual biological features and possible structural modifications, though definitive conclusions have yet to be reached. Some observations suggested the creature exhibited signs of brain activity, and researchers are exploring what this could mean. Following the discovery, local authorities restricted access to the area to ensure safety and facilitate the investigation. Official reports identified the creature as a type of starfish, though ongoing research continues. This case highlights the complexity of life forms in ocean environments and the importance of further scientific exploration. Next, we will discuss a wartime incident that sheds light on historical ocean disposal practices and related environmental concerns. Deep in the Red Sea lies the wreckage of a British steamship from World War II that was destroyed under circumstances that remain partially unclear. Although officially reported as sunk by enemy action, some historical research and declassified documents suggest the ship carried specialized cargo, including equipment for biological research. The steamship was a merchant vessel equipped with defensive weapons and had a modified cargo hold indicating the presence of medical and laboratory supplies. Archaeological exploration of the wreck has revealed remnants consistent with a mobile laboratory setup. Some released British military documents refer to wartime programs involving biological research, however. The full details and extent of the ship's mission are still subject to study and interpretation. Records indicate the ship was deliberately sunk during an Allied operation, presumably to prevent its capture by enemy forces. Analysis of the wreck site has uncovered sealed containers that might contain biological materials preserved underwater for decades. But further scientific investigation is ongoing to understand their nature and significance. This discovery sheds light on complex aspects of wartime history and the challenges of uncovering the truth about secretive military operations. Next, we will explore remarkable natural mysteries from the deep sea that continue to challenge scientific understanding. A serpentine creature with an elongated neck and small head was found washed up on a beach in the United States, attracting significant attention. The creature measured over 20 feet long, with a neck comprising nearly half of its total body length. Its skin had a leathery texture, and its skeletal structure suggested adaptations for deep-sea pressure. Researchers conducted an examination and noted that the creature's internal organs were arranged in an unusual way, with multiple heart-like structures and a respiratory system capable of processing both water and air. Genetic analysis revealed DNA sequences that do not fully match known species, indicating the creature may represent an unknown or rare species. Further investigation found complex features in the brain region, though conclusive interpretations about implanted devices or artificial modifications have not been confirmed or publicly shared. Official reports identified the creature as a decomposed basking shark, but some witnesses have noted anatomical features that differ from typical sharks. Access to the discovery site was limited as authorities managed the situation. The case highlights the challenges of studying deep-sea organisms and the ongoing efforts to understand ocean biodiversity. Next, we will explore another discovery that suggests entire civilizations beneath the sea may still be unknown to the public. 80 feet below the surface of Qiandao Lake in China lies a well-preserved ancient city dating back about 2,000 years to the Eastern Han Dynasty. The city was submerged when a hydroelectric dam was built in the 1950s. Archaeologists have studied the site, which features unique architectural elements such as 5 gates instead of the traditional 4 and numerous archways. Researchers have found evidence of advanced craftsmanship, including workshops with tools and machinery that indicate a sophisticated understanding of engineering for that period. The site also contained text written in ancient languages, some of which remain under study by linguists for insights into metallurgy, medicine, navigation, and astronomy. The lake's mineral content has helped preserve parts of the city remarkably well. Some chambers contain artifacts made from materials that are still being analyzed. Scholars continue to investigate these findings to better understand the history and culture of the region. Access to the site is regulated by local authorities, and research is ongoing. These discoveries contribute to our growing knowledge of ancient civilizations and highlight mysteries that researchers are eager to explore further. Next, we will look at some of the largest and most unusual marine creatures discovered beneath the ocean surface. In the underwater caves of Belize, divers searching for ancient Maya artifacts discovered the remarkably preserved remains of a giant ground sloth. These fossils date back approximately 27,000 years and represent one of the largest known specimens of this extinct species. The fossils were found in a sinkhole that created favorable conditions for preservation. Alongside the giant sloth, paleontologists uncovered remains of other large prehistoric animals typically believed to have gone extinct at different times, all located within the same cave system. Forensic examination of some bones shows marks that are being studied to understand their origin. Some carvings and symbols were also found on the cave walls, possibly made by ancient peoples, though their meaning is still under investigation. Researchers have found preserved organic material in some chambers, which is undergoing analysis to learn more about the ancient environment and the species that lived there. These findings contribute to our understanding of prehistoric life in the region and may shed light on how ancient humans and megafauna interacted. Further exploration continues to uncover more about ancient civilizations in the area and their cultural heritage. Next, we will explore ancient temples containing artifacts that may provide important insights into human history. 90 feet beneath the ocean's surface off the coast of Bali lies the Devata Vishnu Temple, an ancient underwater structure that offers valuable insights into historic sea level changes. The temple is remarkably well preserved, featuring intricate carvings and architectural details still visible after thousands of years underwater. Marine archaeologists exploring the temple have documented sophisticated water management features that demonstrate advanced engineering knowledge for the period. Some areas of the temple contain artifacts made from materials that are unusual for their age, showing little corrosion despite prolonged exposure to water. These materials are currently under scientific analysis to better understand their composition and properties. Inscriptions found on stone tablets within the temple include complex astronomical and mathematical information, offering valuable clues about ancient knowledge and practices. Geological studies indicate that the temple was originally built on dry land before becoming submerged due to natural sea level changes. Access to the site is regulated by Indonesian authorities to protect the temple and ongoing research. Researchers continue to study this fascinating site to deepen our understanding of ancient civilizations and their engineering capabilities. While ancient temples hold many secrets, the ocean is also home to extraordinary creatures that challenge our understanding of marine biology. Deep in the Pacific Ocean lies the blanket octopus, a species known for extreme sexual dimorphism. Females can grow up to 9 feet long, while males remain smaller than a walnut. The female possesses a large, cape-like membrane that can expand dramatically, which she uses as a defense mechanism to appear larger to predators. Recent observations have shown fascinating behaviors, such as females using their capes to interact with other marine creatures and employing unique methods during mating. The tiny male detaches his reproductive arm and soon after dies, while the female cares for a large number of eggs. There is ongoing research into the social and hunting behaviors of blanket octopuses, including how they interact with other species in their environment. Some studies suggest they exhibit complex behaviors and problem-solving skills, which contribute to our understanding of cephalopod intelligence. Researchers have also noted that these octopuses may respond to the presence of humans in interesting ways, although conclusions about their cognitive abilities are still being studied. Scientists continue to explore and learn more about this remarkable species and its role in the marine ecosystem. Next, we will look into a historic underwater discovery involving a weapon hidden beneath the waves for nearly 1,000 years. Off the coast of northern Israel, a recreational diver discovered a remarkably preserved sword believed to date back approximately 900 years, resting on the Mediterranean seabed. The sword was found alongside other artifacts from various periods, suggesting a complex historical site. Archaeologists studying the site have noted intriguing features about the sword's metallurgy and inscriptions, which are currently under scientific analysis. Some materials and markings appear unusual for their time, prompting ongoing research into their origins and significance. The underwater area is of great archaeological interest, with evidence indicating it may have been the location of historical conflicts spanning different eras. Access to the site is managed by local authorities to protect its preservation. Further studies aim to provide a clearer understanding of the artifacts and their context, which may offer valuable insights into medieval history and maritime activity in the region. Next, we will explore how ancient graveyards of extinct creatures on ocean floors are reshaping our knowledge of Earth's past. Off the coast of Madagascar, divers have explored an underwater cave system containing a large number of well-preserved fossils from various extinct species, including elephant birds, giant lemurs, and others. These fossils date back to different time periods, making their co-location an intriguing subject for scientific study. Paleontologists analyzing the site have observed marks on some bones that may suggest interactions with tools or natural processes, although research is ongoing to understand these findings fully. Some carvings and symbols have been found in the cave system, which researchers are examining to learn more about the site's history and significance. Preserved organic materials within deeper chambers of the caves are being studied to provide insights into the biology of these ancient animals. Scientists continue to investigate the causes of these extinctions, considering a range of natural and environmental factors while exploring the history of Madagascar's unique ecosystem. This discovery raises important questions about past extinction events and the complex factors that influence species survival. Subscribe now and join our community of explorers who aren't afraid to dive into the unknown. More astonishing discoveries are coming your way. Next, we will look at fascinating deep-sea creatures that thrive in the ocean's darkest depths, challenging our understanding of marine life. In the deepest part of Earth's oceans, Japanese scientists deployed a baited camera system that captured footage of a very large shark estimated to be between 30 and 40 feet in length, observed in the Mariana Trench. This is an unusual size for deep-sea predators, and the creature appeared to have anatomical features that differ from known shark species, including possible bioluminescent organs. Researchers noted the shark's behavior showed curiosity toward the camera equipment, approaching it from multiple angles. Although these observations are intriguing, further study is required to understand the species and its behavior fully. Some hypotheses suggest the possibility of large, rarely seen sharks surviving in deep ocean environments, but no definitive conclusions have been made. Ongoing research aims to learn more about these mysterious creatures and their role in ocean ecosystems. Additional sonar readings indicate the presence of multiple large biological signatures in the area, suggesting complex behaviors that scientists are actively investigating. These findings highlight how much remains to be discovered in the deepest parts of our oceans. Up next, we will explore another deep-sea mystery where extreme conditions challenge our understanding of physics. In the frigid waters beneath Antarctica's ice sheets, researchers have documented a natural phenomenon known as a brinnacle, or ice finger. Brinnacles form when supercooled, highly saline water sinks through the ocean, freezing seawater and creating underwater ice cycles that can impact marine life. These formations descend to the ocean floor and can create localized areas of freezing, affecting organisms in their path. Scientists continue to study brinnacles to better understand their formation, behavior, and ecological effects in polar marine environments. Research into brinnacle frequency and formation is ongoing, with some studies examining how changing global temperatures might influence their occurrence. While brinnacles pose natural hazards to some marine life, there is no verified evidence linking them to artificial manipulation or military use. As researchers learn more about these fascinating ice structures, we continue to uncover the many mysteries of Antarctic marine ecosystems. Next, we will explore extraordinary deep-sea creatures that challenge our understanding of life on Earth. In 1985, two huge signals of something big and metallic were received by a scuba diver who was mapping the ocean with a magnetometer off the coast of New Jersey. Lying under 90 feet of water, a pair of steam locomotives from the 1850s was discovered. Despite being covered with rust and barnacles, the steam engines were well preserved, and experts planned to pull both locomotives to the surface to restore them. It is still a mystery how these locomotives were sunk, as there is no historical record of them ever being built and no record of them being lost. Some explorers believe that the engines were lost in a storm, or they might have fallen off a barge. During a marine biology experiment, a deep-sea diver injected fluorescent dye into sponge in the ocean floor and recorded how the dye moved through their bodies. The observation showed that sponges filter water in complex ways, moving substances through their systems that sometimes create interesting patterns. Researchers are studying how sponges process and filter various materials, including plankton and bacteria, to better understand their ecological roles in marine ecosystems. Some studies suggest that sponge may have interconnected biological processes, but the extent and nature of any communication between them remain under scientific investigation. Ongoing research also examines how sponges interact with their environment and the chemicals present in seawater, including naturally occurring and human-made substances. Understanding these processes can offer insights into ocean health and the impacts of pollution. While the idea of a biological network is fascinating, current scientific evidence does not support claims of deliberate intelligence or surveillance functions in sponges. Scientists continue to explore the complexity of marine ecosystems with open questions guiding future studies. Today's discoveries are just the beginning of the many secrets hidden in our oceans. From toxic disasters and genetic experiments to ancient civilizations and strange creatures, these findings suggest a pattern of deliberate concealment spanning decades and even centuries. These events aren't isolated, they are connected parts of a bigger truth that powerful groups want to hide. Whether it's advanced prehistoric technology, ongoing experiments, or underwater surveillance, the deep sea holds humanity's darkest secrets. The real question is, who is hiding these truths and why? The answers could be more frightening than what we've already uncovered. If this video opened your eyes, subscribe for more classified discoveries that governments don't want revealed. Share your thoughts below,